What is up, guys? What is up? Welcome back to another episode of the What's Next podcast with myself, Dominic Speer. And in today's episode, we brought on two very special guests, BP and Carl. And BP was a massive part of my life. We stayed in hostel together at boarding school in Germany when we were both pursuing our football career. Some of y'all might not know this, some of y'all might know it, but I used to play football at a quite high level, and it was my passion before I got into fitness. And BP was a big part of my life. And BP actually plays in the third league in Germany right now. He's a professional football player. And I believe that his insights, his mindset, will definitely benefit a lot of you guys because let's be real, we're all trying to be better. We're all trying to be great, right, at whatever we do. And greatness translates into, or the mindset of greatness translates into anything you do, right? Whether you're doing business, football, fitness, right? It's that approach, it's that mindset. And this will definitely benefit a lot of you. Carl, another guy who's trying to be great, trying to do something with his life, right? And that is why I feel like this will really benefit you. We had a lot of fun, and let's dive right in. So, welcome to the podcast, gentlemen. It's been a long time, boys. It's been too long. It's been way too long. When did we last speak? BP Car. When did we last speak?
Your
Um,
birthday, I think. Your birthday.
yeah, around your birthday. I remember.
Yeah.
That was like
Yeah,
in
that's when I was in Munich, right?
that was it. That's when we saw you personally. That's when we last
Yes.
Yeah,
saw you. I think that was a few months before you left the country.
yeah. It's been crazy. A lot has happened since. But walk
Yeah,
me
I've been
through
hearing
like
a lot of things.
a lot of things. What exactly, my brother?
I've been hearing you doing your thing. I won't lie. I'm not gonna lie. You be doing your thing, my brother.
From who you've been hearing that?
From
Just curious.
Carl. Carl has been updating.
Oh, Kai's been updating. I
Yeah,
see, I
I've
see.
been watching the TikToks. I was watching the
Oh, the
TikToks on
TikToks and the
yeah,
Instagram. Yeah.
yeah. I keep updating.
Yeah,
I keep
yeah,
updating.
exactly. Exactly. No, I'm doing okay, but I want to talk about you guys, like, because it's been a little bit, and just catch me up on life lately. Like, what's happening, BP? What's happening, Carl? Talk to me.
Carl, must I go first though?
Yeah, you can go first, bro.
Now on my end, um, so I'm just gonna start. I'm gonna look back. I'm gonna take it back to like just in the last 6 months, because I feel
Exactly.
like that's the most relevant.
But maybe for the
Uh,
audience, like, just like touch on like just briefly like what you do, right? Just give some
okay,
context and then dive into it.
okay. So basically, what I do is I play soccer. Others will call it football. So depends how you wanna call it.
I
Yeah, I
would
play
call it
soccer.
football. Football.
No, I play soccer basically, and yeah, I play in the third division in Germany professionally, and yeah, the last 6 months have been a lot of up and downs, more downs. This the last 6 months as I've quite had before in my life, but part of the process. Um, so like we started the season, I had preseason, a good preseason. And that was around June, July. Uh, yeah, so I pretty much got like a little bit sick, so I had a little setback. That was my first setback this season. Um, yeah, missed out on the first two games. And then we had a big game against Augsburg, first division. Yeah,
First
so
division, was that like a test game?
no, that was the FA Pokal, so the Pokal here in Germany.
Oh, pretty cool.
And
That's dope.
yeah, we played against Augsburg in the Bundesliga. They play in the Bundesliga. You guys can look it up if you want. Yeah, and pretty much managed to score. That was my biggest up this whole my whole career. Managed to score in my first DFB Pokal game against a big team like that, which was for me crazy.
That's insane, my
Uh,
brother.
yeah, thank you, thank you. No, that was a moment. Um, that was a big moment for me, and yeah, from there I had a little bit of ups and downs. I had my downs with not playing. Why I didn't play, that's there's a different reasons. I don't know. We
You
don't
you
want to
don't
get into that.
you don't know, or like you don't want to get into it.
I mean, I have my theories. I don't know if it depends. It's a two-man thing because the coach is the coach.
Yeah.
And he believes or has his ways, of thinking this team will get us the win. And sometimes it happens that it doesn't suit you, or I don't know. I don't really know, to be honest. I don't wanna,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've been fighting with some playing time, and then we played another game, the FP Pokal game, and I got my opportunity. That was actually 6 weeks ago, about 2 months ago. I got my second opportunity in a DFB Pokal game against a second Bundesliga team, which was very, very, very exciting because
Yeah.
I was not playing a lot. I had one opportunity, and I felt like because I did put a lot of pressure on myself to perform because I was training well, and I was feeling like a little bit down, and I wanted to show the coach and everybody that I deserve to play.
Yeah. Makes sense.
And yeah, I got my chance, and I played really good. Basically got 2 assists, but we lost the game 6-3. Mm, yeah, from there I played the next 2 games I started.
Okay. Nice.
Um, yeah, and the good news is I'm starting again in tomorrow. So
I love
yeah,
it.
we'll see how that goes. But it's just
S-
been last 6 months ups and downs, and yeah,
I
that's
just want to
how
talk
my life
about
has
that
been.
real quick because I mean, ups and downs are part of life. Do you think that in this case, like, do you think first of all that it's going in the right direction?
I think it's going in the right direction. I think I was looking at I had a little perspective switch, between the along the lines of my time while I was not playing. I was first very frustrated. I thought, okay, I don't want to be here. I'm gonna go in the winter, this and this. But I feel like wherever you go, there's gonna be you're gonna have your situation. You're gonna have your ups and downs. This depends. You gotta at the end of the day, I have a contract. You know what I mean? I have to. I play for that team. I have to give my best to it, and yeah, I feel like this situation helps me with to grow as a person because I don't think in any other team or whether you play in the second Bundesliga, in the first Bundesliga, or in the fourth, I don't think it's much different. It's about doing what you can do and the things you can control on the pitch, and the rest is not really up to you. I mean, it's an 11-man team sport. There's different things that come out of it, out of football, politics. So
Yeah.
it's only about what you can control, and that's what I'm trying to learn. I'm trying to get that into myself because
Yeah.
I've never had this challenge in this way. So
Exactly. Exactly. And that's actually what I wanted to dive into. And I'm glad you mentioned that. Like, first of all, controlling the controllable, right? But at the same time, like, okay, we have adversity, we have challenges in our life, right? And just realizing, okay, maybe this is trying to teach me something. Maybe this is
yeah,
trying to make me a better person. Maybe this is trying to make me grow. And instead of being like, okay, let me look for a way out, no, let me confront this.
yeah,
Because if I get through this, I'll be a better person for that, a better football player, a better person mentally, right? And is that
yeah,
sort of how you're looking at it right now?
yeah. I'm looking at it like this. I feel like it's a good challenge. I have a good team. I have good teammates. Yeah, I'm looking at it in a positive mindset. So I'm ready to fight for my place.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I'm just positive. I just want to learn. The third division is actually much as a it's actually good as like better than I thought it would be.
Mm-hmm. In what way?
Just physically, tactically, they've. I played my first game was 3 years ago, 4 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
and I played a few games, and I just feel like it's also has developed itself. You can also see with the DFB Pokal, so many like a few third league teams have actually been able to beat second league teams, first league teams. So you can tell that it's not as easy as people think it is to come here in the third league and beat us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the league has developed, and I feel like it's a great league for young players to come and learn men's football and yeah,
I like that because you mentioned, correct me if I'm wrong, but a couple of years back, you felt like it was too much still like kick and run type vibes, and you couldn't really grow as a player, right? And you feel like
Yeah,
it's sort of changed in more of the direction of like, okay, it's actually suited for young people, right? It actually suited for that game of like, okay, actually developing and getting an opportunity to also, play with the ball instead of just like kicking and running, right?
yeah. No, it's definitely developed. Obviously, it's I don't have my experiences in the second league, but from what I've heard, it's much quicker, much more tactical, technical too.
Yeah.
Um, but third league is good. It's quite physical, so
Okay.
yeah, you get a different type of. You have to use your brain a little bit. You have to
Yeah.
try know what you have to know what your weaknesses and strengths are. So you have to like, okay, for example, me, I play on the wing right now, and I know my opponents are quite physical, so I have to try move the ball better and scan a lot more often, and yeah, things like that. So it's a nice challenge. It's a nice challenge on the pitch.
Yeah, makes sense, makes sense. And just for context for the audience, so I used to play football, if y'all don't know, but that was quite a while back. And I was actually BP's roommate for quite a bit. BP and myself, we are both from South Africa, and we have a lot of history. Carl as well. Like we were at boarding school together and we had a lot of insane times. I often think back to the times we had at DFI, and there's a lot of history, and I'm truly, truly happy to be talking to you and blessed to have you as a friend and a brother. So that's just for context for the audience. Having said that, I appreciate you giving me a brief walkthrough of your life lately. Carl, talk to me, my brother. What's
All right.
happening in your life?
So the last year has been crazy because, as you know, 1 year ago, I was not in the focus. I didn't know exactly what I was gonna do. I didn't know which direction. And then I
Mm-hmm.
started going as for people that know like retirement insurance, MSCI World. I got the opportunity to go there because I didn't really know what to do with my life. I didn't know which direction, if I should go to school, because we played football together. My goal was always professional footballer. So then I
Yeah.
went this route, and
Just
there
real
I
quick, Carl. Like, I just want to touch on that real quick because I feel like a lot of people struggle with that, and I feel like the audience can also sort of benefit from that.
yeah.
Just
So
like
I can
the
touch up on,
unknown, right?
yeah.
Yeah,
So lots of
not knowing
people,
what to
lots
do.
of young
Yeah,
people, when we retire, they don't know, okay, when we retire, we stop getting money. We get a big like change in our salary because we get the retirement salary and not the salary that we used to get. So lots of people struggle because we get less money because the average salary for a retired person in Germany is only 400 euros. So we make sure that we invest with a young age. We invest in the MSCI World. So I try, let's say, for example, Dummy, we get you as a 21-year-old, am I correct?
yeah, I'm
21,
21.
21, we get you to start saving, let's say 50 euros, a normal 21-year-old, 100 euros a month, and then into the MSCI World, which has a 9% win each year. So if we scale that and to say, okay, you invest 50 euros each month, we'll be saving 600 euros a month, and then you'll have the 9% increase. And after a while, these 500 months will be 1,000 euros. The next year, you put in 1,000 euros. But with the 9% increase each year, after 15 years, you will have a huge win. And we would use that for your retirement. So let's say you save around 35 years. With 55, with a 21-year-old, you will have around 1 million, 2 million euros saved after for your retirement. And then you can take that out monthly, or you can take that all at one time, let's say for a house or for a car or for a vacation, so that you can keep up the same lifestyle that you used to have when you work. Because when you stop working, that lifestyle changes a lot. And that's why you see in Germany lots of people picking up these, as you have the bottles that you can put in for 15 cents, 25 cents, they use bottles so that you get money back. And so we try to keep this from happening so that you can still get an extra 1,000 euros or an extra 2,000 euros, depends on the money that you save, and that we can stop this gap from happening so that you can live
Yeah,
the same lifestyle you can in this future. So that
yeah,
you
makes
can have,
sense. I mean,
you can still care for your family, you can still care for your kids, and still have that car or that house, and can still go out to eat and still go out to vacation. Because life really starts when you retire, because that's when you have the most free time. and you start spending more money when you have the free time. So you have to save your money, and lots of young people don't think about the retirement. So we have to get them to know at an early age to start saving, because that's when the most benefits come out. If you start saving at an early age, because then it will always increase with this 9% increase. It will keep on, how you say,
Compounding.
yeah, compounding, and then you'll make the most win. Let's say a zero, if you start for a little baby that was just born now, and you save 100 euros each month, you will have 90,000 with 18 already saved. If you only save 100 euros for that kid each month from when he's born to when he's 18. And then
Yeah,
he
yeah.
can leave that in, and it'll just keep on compounding, keep on increasing, and you don't even have to pay in anymore if you don't want to. And he'll have a lot of money when he retires, or when he still has a family and wants to buy a house.
Yeah. Yeah, which is extremely, extremely beneficial. What I wanted to touch on as well was just, you said that you were a little bit lost for a time, right?
Yeah.
What flipped that switch in you where you were like, no, Carl, what are you doing, my brother? Let's
Yeah,
change this up.
so people that don't know, the audience don't know, but I was that one person that was out every single weekend, 3 times a week, 2 times a week, and I was living my life. I had fun, but I was after a while I'm getting like, what am I actually doing with my life? Because I was also spending lots of money, so I'm like, I gotta get this money in somehow, but it's a waste of my time. What am I doing here? And then I'm realizing, like, I was getting to a phase like you, a little bit depressed. You like, okay, what am I actually doing with my life? So I'm like, I gotta change this. I gotta become something in my life. I gotta find something that I'm interested in, or not interested in, but I was looking through, if you know Andrew Tate or these other people, they all say their first jobs were in sales. So I'm like, okay, let me get into the sales thing. And then this opportunity came for me to start this. And then I'm like, okay, let me try this sales for a short time. Let's see what happens. And then it went good. And then I'm like, okay, now I got a full focus. And that's when I asked Domia about when you did your 6 months full focus, where you had, which I found very interesting, where you went to a different country and you made the full focus for 6 months.
Yeah, yeah,
That
most
not
people don't
everyone
know
does
that.
that. Yeah,
Yeah, exactly. Like, I was literally, most
they're
people don't know this,
interesting.
but I deliberately went to a village on the edge of Germany. And that's where I built my business, right? Because I was like, okay, no, I just want to lock in right now. Because I actually got this from another influencer. His name is Prince Denam. He's sort of in the insurance business. And he was like, look, if you're 20, 21, 22, lock in for 3 years. No girls, no hobbies, lock in. What's 3 years of your life if you put it into perspective? 3 years is nothing, right? So I was like, bet, I'm gonna do it. So I traveled. First of all, I put myself in the situation of like, okay, I sort of wanted to be like financially free. So I was like, okay, I'm going to leave home. I'm going to move to Germany, and I'm going to be able to, yeah, provide for myself. So I sort of burnt the boats. Then I traveled to Germany, and in Germany, as I said, I was in this remote village. Like, it was remote as fuck, like crazy, right? No one there. And that was purposefully because I didn't want any distractions, because I know distractions, they distract you, right, from what you really want. So for me, it's just like, looking back, it was the best thing I could have ever done, because I got so much done and my life changed in such a short time. Why? Because I was just focused and locked in. So a lot of people don't know that, and a lot of people aren't willing to do that. However, a lot of people achieve great things. So yeah, we digressed a little bit, but go on.
Yeah, when you did that, I asked you also, like, how was it? I was interested in how you did those 6 months, because not everybody can do that. So how were you feeling mentally when you did the 6 months? Were you happy all the time, or was it easy? Was it hard? Because many people would
Oh,
think like it
yeah.
was,
It wasn't easy, I can tell you that right now. Like,
yeah,
just think about it. You completely isolated. All you do is work all day, and then like, I had my gym time where I traveled to the next little town, but that's all I had. And often, like, you think like, because often it's like, okay, you don't get the return immediately. It's like knocking on a door and no one's opening. How many times can you keep knocking until someone opens? And that
yeah,
is again delayed gratification. Like, okay, how long are you willing to wait until you see the reward? And I think that touches on something I wanted to touch on as well, just the pursuit of greatness. Like, what do you guys think? First of all, what is your definition of greatness, BP Carl?
Can I go?
So my definition of greatness is everybody himself has a definition of greatness. For you, your greatness is what you would think is for you the best. It's like the best version of yourself. Only you can know what
Mm-hmm.
the best version of yourself is. Because if I set a goal for myself and I achieve this goal, then I will be the best version of myself in that moment. But I have to have a goal before I finish that goal. I have to have another goal to stay on track. And for greatness, for me was to be like the best version of yourself, to not compare yourself with others, to not compare yourself with anybody else, but to be really say, okay, I'm the best version of myself. I'm going to achieve my goals that I set for myself in the future. And I'm going to set these goals and I'm going to exceed these goals. And I'm always going to have more goals. I'm going to have a goal. Before that, I get to that goal, I'm going to know, okay, what is my next goal? So that I always stay on track. So that but it's really just how you think of yourself. Okay, I am the best version of myself. I know that what I'm doing right now is great. So I know what I'm going to achieve is also great. So it's really for everybody themselves. It's different. It's different what is greatness. Because maybe, okay,
What is it for you, Carl?
for me to be great is to have a multiple seven-figure company, but right,
Mm-hmm.
and to just to be happy in myself, to have a loving family, to love everyone. But the main thing is that I am happy and the people
Mm-hmm.
around me are happy, and that I can help others also, that I can take people with me, because I value my friends. So if I make it, I want to take them with me I want to have an impact on the world. So for me, is to always achieve my goals and to stay in the focus to achieve those goals, to help also my friends, to help other people I love, because I feel like I'm not quite fulfilled with only achieving the things for me. It's also for helping others stay on that truth, to take them with me, to take them on this way, or like you, to help people because I feel like the best gratification is to help people become better for themselves.
100%.
So for me,
100%. So you
greatness
would, yeah.
is to just have a big impact on the world and fulfill all my goals. If I complete my goals that I set for myself, I will also feel like I am always doing my best, which will make me feel like I'm great. Even if you don't compare yourself to others, you will also always feel if you've reached your goals that you are doing a great job. So you're feeling great. Do you understand what I'm saying? That for me is
I like
greatness.
that. I like that. I like that. So it's just like,
No,
tr- yeah, trying to be the best version you can be while helping and making an impact on the world,
Yeah,
right?
because if you don't focus on other people, you will never know, okay, if you're looking at this guy in the business level, you're gonna say, oh, he's better. You can take tips from him, take stuff from him. But if you like, okay, why am I not like him? You can see why am I not like him, but use things that he does, but not be like, okay, I have to be on that level. Or this guy is, some people think, okay, this guy is a strange guy. Why is he making more money than me? Why is he greater than me, better than me? But if you don't think that way, then you'll be, okay, how can I improve myself? What is he doing right? What is he doing right that I'm not
Mm,
doing, so that you can become better for yourself?
I like that. Sort of like ego is the enemy,
Yeah,
humility, right?
yeah.
Yeah. I really,
Just
really like that.
yeah.
no, just to touch on Carl. So I agree with what Carl said in a lot of ways. I just for me, greatness is also chasing the best version of yourself. It's for me believe as like knowing chasing perfection, but knowing that there is no perfection because what is perfection for everybody, and it's almost impossible to be. It's basically impossible to be perfect. But like just the drive and the will to chase that and stay tunnel visioned and with the result and the goals that you set yourself along the lines to being great, impacting other people, impacting having an impact on other people's lives, helping the ones that you really love to take them with. I mean, you can have greatness in your career path. You can have greatness. It's different ways where you can actually divide it, your greatness. Um, so yeah, just to keep it short, greatness is trying to be the best version of yourself, chasing perfection. So, for example, if I'm playing football, or soccer, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, my dream is to be a first Bundesliga player, or my biggest dream. Well, I'd say my biggest dream is to play for Manchester United in the Premier League. Um, that would be a dream for me, and that's for me. That would be great for me to achieve that. And for me, is to know greatness is chasing that, whether there's adversity or not. Um, is to chase that, knowing that I'm giving it all, knowing that when I look back at it, whether I achieve that dream or not, that I can say, okay, 10 years from now on, I can be like, okay, I gave it my all, and that was what I tried, and I really pursued, and not having no regrets, and saying, okay, here I could have did this and did this, because at the end of the day, like you said, adversity is part of football, part of soccer. Um, Athletes, you know what I mean? It's part of life. So whatever happens, happens. But at the end of the day, you just need to be true to yourself, stay tunnel visioned, and pursue this perfection that you want. Perfecting your craft. That's what I believe
Yeah,
is greatness.
yeah. I think Kobe Bryant said that. He was like, greatness is for him chasing perfection, even though he will never reach it.
Yeah,
Right? Because you will never be perfect.
yeah,
You will never be perfect. Thing is, most people aren't even willing to give it a shot. Like
yeah,
they like, I won't be perfect, so why even bother? Right? Of course you won't be perfect, but it's like, how close can I get to it?
yeah.
Right? If I genuinely put everything into it, right? And I just want to touch on your mission real quick. Like you mentioned, it's bigger than you, right? And I mean, speaking from my own experience, making a certain amount of money, achieving some level of success, this is not even anything, but like, just like, because I have a higher standard, right? But just like making it bigger than you. For me, at this point, like the lifestyle I'm living right now, I don't want more. Like, that's not why I get up in the morning to make more money. I want to help more people. I want to change
Yeah,
more lives. Along with that, for me, it's just like the pursuit of, okay, how, to what level can I take it? It's the game, right? It's genuinely the game. It's not about the money, it's the game, right? I love business as a game. I love improvement as a game, right? For me, it's a game, and gamifying it. Like, I always say, like, I stopped playing video games the moment
Hmm.
I realized that life was the actual game. So I want to play the game of life, right? I want to ask you guys, what is your mission? Like, who are you doing it for? What's your driving force? Like,
um,
because let's be real, like, most people are not like you guys, where it's like, I want to achieve something great. Like, look around, guys, look around. Most people are just wanting to be average. So, what is different in you that is that driving force? Is it possibly that you're from South Africa? What is sort of, I mean, even Carl, you can then touch on that as well, but I
Mm.
would mainly want to dive into this with BP. But what is your main mission?
my main mission is to for like my main mission right now is to just get my family in a sustainable um place. I come from South Africa. I moved here when I was 13. I moved to Germany, and it was not easy, but I made it this far, and I feel like if I make it to my goals that I've set for myself, if I get there and financially get stable enough, I could help my sister, I could help my mother, my father. I mean, that's really my main motivation, that helps me get
Yeah,
up in the morning
yeah,
and go to training when I'm not really feeling good, or feeling like right now it's going well for me. I mean, they my real motivation, because they gave me this opportunity when I was
yeah,
13,
yeah.
to go to a school where you kind of have to be a little bit privileged to get to.
Oh yeah,
And for this opportunity, they have to pay a lot of money, and I saw that as a kid, and I understood that they willing to make sacrifices for me to reach my goals, and for me to be happy. And I just wanna give that back, with, while doing the things I love, while playing football, um, and like, yeah, while just enjoying myself, and just, yeah. I mean, I'm doing it for them, and then I'm doing it to make them proud, to represent the country because I do
Yeah.
believe there's a lot of talent in South Africa, um,
Oh yeah.
especially in the youth. I mean, you know too.
Yeah.
There's a lot of talent in South Africa, and I feel like if I can somehow make it higher to the higher levels, that I can represent them and then give the rest of the country a little bit more of a chance to make it in Europe, and our
Yeah.
country could then also get a little bit of light when it
Yeah.
comes to soccer, and yeah, we could grow as a country, and maybe I could help back home, when it comes to the development of young kids,
Yeah.
and yeah, that's I'm just
Yeah.
trying to represent my country, and show that it's possible, even though you're from South Africa. I was 10, 11 watching Arsenal those days, Manchester United, and I always thought, how would it be to be in Germany? How would it be to be in Europe? 2 years later, I was in Europe, and I couldn't believe it. And if you would have told me that I'll be right now at the age of 20, that I have played against Augsburg, I would be laughing because I think that's how the kids think there, and we need to try and make it about the bigger picture. It is possible. I felt how close it is to make it to the Bundesliga, and like just by playing against them, I felt like, okay, it's actually possible, and if I keep working, keep trying to push my luck, push, and keep working, that it is possible. It is really possible, and I'm just trying to make sure that I am the perfect example that it is possible for South Africans. There've been few examples, but I just want to, yeah, that's what I'm trying to achieve.
Yeah, there's so many things I want to break down there. First of all, for me as well, I don't know if you feel the same way, but I almost feel like obliged in a way that I have the opportunity, right?
Yeah,
Compared to, because whenever I come home, which I am right now, you just need to look outside and you
yeah,
like, that person on the street right there, he doesn't have the choice. I have a choice. I
yeah,
get to do this every single day. I get to. Like, the dude doesn't have a choice. Think about it. He doesn't.
yeah,
I have a choice, right? And that is why I get up every single day and do what I do, because I would be like robbing that, like, I just feel so bad because I have the opportunity, he doesn't. And
yeah,
it's just like they would die for just being in my position. So I almost feel like I owe it to them. Maybe just
yeah,
touch on that. Is that a big reason for you too?
yeah. I feel like I was 12, and I was playing for SuperSport United. We were really really talented. We had a really talented team.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I mean, I I, I always felt like I believed in myself. Amongst. I always believe I'm amongst the better players in my team. You
Mm-hmm.
know, I believe in my
Yeah.
craft, but when I look at that team alone, that where I was in the 12s and the 11s, Super Sport United, I really felt like there was really talent there. And when I just think about it, like my route to come to Germany, and how it was really not, it could have been anyone on my team, and it was really small things that really helped me. I don't know if you guys believe in luck, or
Like
tell me about your
destiny.
destiny, luck. Others call it different, but like I really felt like my route was kind of, it was like as if like it was really really rare to get this opportunity to come to the trial in Germany. And we were together in Germany. We played in Spain in that tournament, but like out of that team, there was only like 3 players in Supersport out of a good 12 players who were really talented. And
Yeah.
I just feel like me being here and pursuing this and not giving up on what I really want to, and really taking like my opportunity like real, like, and like serious, because I just feel like blessed. I feel blessed to be here. You know what I mean? I feel blessed to be here in the situation that I am in. Even though it's not really going right, I feel blessed because it could have been anyone. And I know, damn right, I'm very sure that like 10 of those other players would have loved to be here and would be fighting too. You know what I mean? So I
I wanna
believe,
I wanna just, yeah, I really wanna touch on that, right? Because I'm such a big believer, like, cause look, if it was easy, what's the story, right? If there were no
Yeah,
ups and downs, where's the story, right?
yeah,
Like, let's say you were born and you're immediately great,
yeah,
amazing. Like, let's say you're born, you're immediately shredded, you're immediately good looking, you immediately get everything. Like, no one cares. Where's the story? But the story
yeah,
is like you from rags to riches, right?
yeah,
From nothing to something, right? From okay, throughout you slayed some dragons, you went through ups and downs, and just like okay, when you're in the journey, just like okay, it is about the journey, right? So let me
yeah,
embrace these hard times and let me take them. Okay, let me enjoy them. Let me use them as an opportunity to grow because let's be real, my brother, there is no end destination, right?
yeah,
Cool, you make Manchester United, which is fucking amazing, right?
yeah,
Now after that you want to win the Champions League. After you
yeah,
win the Champions League, you want to win 5 Champions Leagues. You want to win the Ballon d'Or. There is
yeah.
no mountaintop.
Yeah,
So it's
that's
just like,
actually quite interesting that you
yeah,
said that because last year I was playing in the fourth league and our biggest goal as a team was to make it in the third league. And now that I'm in the third league, I'm not really happy because I'm like, you know what, I want to make it to the second league and the first league. You know what I mean? So there's not really when you're chasing greatness, we're talking about greatness again, there is no sense of I am fulfilled. I am like, I am happy with what I have right now. You always want to chase the next. You always want to be on the next goal. There's always the next goal, the bigger. There's always a
mm-hmm,
bigger thing. So I just believe there's a journey. Um, yes, it's hard. It's not easy to be here. It's not easy to be in another country, to come here at the age of 13, to learn a new language, to be accepting of the new culture, to be, I mean, to be a minority from being a majority in the majority of when it comes to race. Also, you learn so many things and how dealing with, like, for example, look, I've dealt when I was here. I learned the first the like, that saying the N word. I didn't know it was that serious when I was in South Africa. Because, like, I don't know, I was such an I don't know, it's just different.
you were
So
oblivious to it. It makes sense. Yeah,
yeah, so I was taught that new things, different culture, and you have to be accepting of it. There was challenges, yes, but I was glad to have you when I was young, especially when I was 13. You helped me a lot. I'm very thankful for that, and to have a friend like you, I'm proud of you. You know,
I
and to have
appreciate that.
found people like Carl along the way who were also, I'm blessed to have you guys. And to have known you guys,
100%.
and I've learned a lot, different cultures. Um, yeah, and I just feel like it's the journey, like you said. The journey is the most important. It's not going to be an easy one. It's not. It's still not easy, but I'm still pursuing it. I'm still trying to get to the goal, just like you guys. And
Yeah,
that's what it's about.
100%. Just real quick, two things I wanted to touch on there. First of all, just like, okay, the journey, right? Like, because I feel like too many people get caught up in, I want to reach this goal. I want to lose a certain amount of weight. I want to get shredded. I want to be a professional football player. I want to make a certain amount of money. But then it's like, once you realize when you get there, it's like, okay, you always want the next thing. So why not enjoy the journey, right? Why not embrace it and
Yeah.
just be like, it's not the
Mhm.
championship. It's the games leading up to the championship. It's the
Yeah.
game within the game, right? So
Yeah.
that is sort of the most people they don't realize that, but it's actually the journey, right?
Yeah. Which is to be honest, something I am not really good at. For example, because
Yeah.
I'm a type of person, I'm very, very emotionally attached to my career. Let me say,
Mm-hmm.
let me put it like that. So
Right,
when I
rightfully
don't,
so, though.
yeah. So when I don't get, when things don't work out, and I'm a little bit of an overthinker. Well, not a little
Mm-hmm.
bit, but I am an overthinker. So when
In
things
what
don't go
way?
my way, especially when it comes to soccer, I kind of get like, kind of messes me up a little bit. Like, not my vision. I'll always put in the work. I always go to training and do what I need to do. But, like, in terms of, like, overthinking, oh, where am I gonna be? Am I really enjoying this? Is this, you know what I mean? There's kind of
Mm-hmm.
questions that pop up in my head. But, like,
But that's
I always
normal, though.
remember, I always remember what I do it for. And that's
Mm.
the thing that you said is the journey, enjoying it. I feel like that's something I could do a little bit more because I'm at the end of the day, I'm in the third league. There's hundred of thousands, or I don't know how many kids who started this journey at the same age as me, and have not at the age of 20 played the third league. You know what I mean? they're still in the fourth or the fifth trying to pursue those dreams. So at the end of the day, I am also for them. It's also an opportunity. Like for them, they see me as if okay, you're really in the third league, and I don't really see it like that myself. So I think it's about enjoying the journey a little bit more. I have to be able to do that, knowing that there's always a next goal. But like, what happens if I really stay in the third league for the next 5 years? I can't, you know what I mean? I need to be able to say, okay, I'm pursuing it, but I'm really enjoying and knowing that I am blessed playing here. You know what I mean? Enjoying the
Again,
journey.
yeah, yeah,
Like I said, I need to get better at doing that. I feel like for younger people, it's not that easy. It's not that easy, not being so emotionally attached and to the outcome.
yeah, yeah.
That's something we need to get better at. And
Hundred percent,
through talks
hundred
like this, I
percent.
feel like we can help each other realize that look,
Yeah.
hey, my friend, you're really blessed and enjoy those 90 minutes on the pitch. Enjoy those
Yeah,
30 minutes on the pitch in the third league because there's someone in the third league who's saying, I want to be there. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So
yeah. I think it's that balance, BP, of like, because at the end of the day, you want to still achieve a certain level of greatness and you want to get better. And then it's also realizing, okay, at the end of the day, all I really have is the moment right now. This moment right now that we're having right now is all we have. And I feel like me included, we live either in the past too much or in the future too much. And
yeah,
we don't live in the
Yeah.
moments enough. So just like realizing the moment is all you have, but at the same time, I still want more, but I'm gonna enjoy the moment. And I think you really
yeah,
encapsulated it really, really well.
Yeah,
yeah,
but I have to also say, if you want to enjoy the journey the most, you got to have, how I said before, you need more than one goal. You need more than that end goal. Because
Mm-hmm.
if the journey is that one end goal, I had a friend who made a $3 million day, and he reached this end goal of making his goal was always to make a $3 million day, and he reached this goal, and because he didn't know his next goal, he went on drugs. He became also lost. He lost his focus because his goal, he achieved his main goal. He achieved what he wanted to achieve, but never had he didn't achieve the goal and say, okay, what's my next goal? He said, okay, it's a goal, let me go celebrate. And then the celebration went on for weeks and didn't see that. That's why I feel like you need the short-term goals to say, okay, what are my goals today? What are my goals
yeah.
for this week? What are my goals for this month? And what are my goals for this year? And what are my goals for the next 5 years? Because if you have these more goals, you're gonna enjoy the journey because you're gonna be achieving these small goals and you're gonna be happy. You're gonna be achieving these day goals, which will help you achieve the week goals, which will then help you achieve the monthly goals. Because if you
Yeah,
I
achieve what
love
you want to
this.
achieve every single day, if I put, okay, what are my to-dos? What do I want to achieve today? I'm achieving this today. And then maybe do something on top of that. You already finished at your goals, so let me do something more, which will help me for the tomorrow's
yeah,
goals, maybe. And then, okay, I
I
achieved my
love
goals
this.
for today, I'm happy. Then you achieve your goals for the next day, you're happy again. You achieve your weekly goals, you're happy. And then it's just a cycle. You achieve your day goals, you achieve achieve your end goal. Because like in football, let's say your goal is to play Manchester United, but you have the goal, okay, let me score 2 goals today in the match. I'm scoring the 2 goals. Or let me perform well at training today. What is my goal for training? Because then if you perform good at training, you achieve your goals in training, you're gonna be in the game. And then if you achieve your goal for the game, you're always gonna achieve. The short-term goals are easier to achieve than the long-term goals. And if you set those goals, you're gonna know what you want to do in the future. So you're gonna
yeah,
know, okay, what do I have to do? What does my goal have to be today to achieve the weekly goal? What does my weekly goal have to be to achieve the monthly goal? And you can achieve that weekly goal and you're gonna be happy. You're gonna be like, okay, I'm getting
Chunking it
close to
down,
my monthly
chunking it
goal.
down.
Yeah.
yeah,
That for me is important and always to have the next goal. Okay, I achieved this yearly goal. What is my goal for the next year? Always to know what's next. Always to
yeah,
What's next?
think about, brainstorm what is my next goal. Not be like, okay, I achieved it. You can celebrate 1 day, 2 days, and then back onto the grind, back onto doing what you need to do. Because if you celebrate
yeah,
and be like, okay, I did it, I finished, you're gonna be lost. You're gonna lose your purpose. You're gonna lose your focus.
Yeah,
You're gonna get depressed. People fall into this hole. Okay, I achieved it. What now? And they fall into a hole because they don't know what's next.
yeah.
that's a great point. Just real quick, the podcast is called "What's Next" for that exact reason
Yeah.
because there's no mountaintop. BP, I know you wanna. I'm keen to get into this. I know BP you too, so go ahead.
What do you mean? What's next?
No, like that's the name of the podcast. Like, what's next?
Okay,
Which is for that exact reason.
Wait, was there a question? Or
No. Because you wanted to touch on what Kai said, right?
yeah, exactly. I wanted to touch on
Yeah.
what Carl said, and he was talking about the next goal. And when I think about it, for example, I was talking to with it about this the other day, and I had a obviously in the last 6 months, the biggest thing for me on the pitch that I've achieved is being able to score against a Bundesliga team, right? So what happens is I had that moment, but like I didn't really be. I was in football. You don't really get. I'm not even like I'm a type of person. I don't really like celebrate. I don't feel like I celebrate those type of moments enough. Like I don't. Right now, looking back at it, it feels like it was like a year ago, even though it was 3 months ago, 4 months ago. Just because you, I feel like this is something we need to talk about, and I don't know how you guys feel about it. When you're in that state of zone where the end goal is so big, that's things like that. They don't even feel like you've really done something. You know what I mean? And
Mm-hmm.
how you guys feel?
Mm-hmm.
How you guys feel about that? Like, do you feel like that's a good thing, or do you guys think, hey, you need to that's an achievement. You need to kind of look back and be like, okay, sit down and be like, hey, that's a tick.
Yeah,
You did something that's really good there, and live in those moments. You know what I mean? So they
yeah,
I think yeah.
fulfilling in the
yeah. I feel
future.
like you have to celebrate the small victories. Like a victory like that is you you have to celebrate it because then you I don't know. I feel like you need to celebrate it so that you can enjoy the journey more. So that it's not always gonna be like, okay, grind. But if you see it as yourself, not the big enough goal, like a big enough achievement, and what's your like, you're gonna be, okay, this I achieved this, but I want something more, which is also okay. But to enjoy the journey more, I feel like you gotta celebrate the small victories too. You gotta look back at it and be like the next day or the day before, look back at it and have like a summary it up or look back and feel like, okay, was this achievement really that good or was it okay? And just like, I don't know how you say
Yeah,
it. Like
because
you think about it and then if you say, okay, this was a good achievement, let me celebrate it a bit, and then we get back
yeah,
on focus. But you can't lose the focus in that celebration.
yeah,
You have to
because
always.
I feel like me and Domi. I remember when we used to play at DFI. I remember there was a game. I think it was a friendly game, and I don't remember what team it was. I think it was quite good. I think it was a good NLZ, they would call it here, team, and I think
Mm-hmm.
you scored 2 goals. I'm not really sure. But like I feel like we kind of similar in that sense of mind where we when we achieve something. I don't know how you now how you think about how you process those type of things now. But like at that time, I remember thinking, okay, Domi is actually quite similar to me because when I, for example, used to score 2 goals or in my youth time and my times at DFI, yeah, people would say like, yeah, those are great goals or some. They would tell me about them, but like for me, there's already like, okay, what's next? I need to do the next thing. You know what I mean? I need to like, I moved on so quick from that moment, not realizing like, okay, that was actually my moment. Like I had a moment. You know what I mean? And then like 1 week later, let's say I don't really do as well as I wanted to do in that game. Now all of a sudden, I feel like I'm not really doing things right. You know what I mean? So
BP,
how do
that's exact yeah. That's exactly
how do you
why.
process things now?
Great question. So there's a couple of things I want to touch on here. That's exactly why you are great at what you do. Because the thing is, for me, I think looking at it now, it's a balance. Because at the end of the day, if you are like, this is amazing, guess what happens? You get complacent, you
Hmm.
get comfortable, right? And we all know comfort is the biggest enemy to achieving things. I wanted to touch on what Kyle said with sort of setting goals or the goal that your friend set for himself, reaching $3 million,
Hmm.
whatever it was, right? And the problem is, I want you guys' perspective on this because I've changed my mindset to instead of outcome-based goals, let me see what can I control. BP, you touched on controlling the controllable. What can I control? I can only control the actions I do every single day. I cannot control the outcome. Because at the end of the day, setting a goal is just a hypothesis. If I do this, this is going to happen, but we do not know for certain. It's just a hypothesis, right? So,
Yeah.
what are the actions I need to take to make it unreasonable for me not to reach the goal? If I took the actions, that's when I reached my goal. Because you cannot, there's so many variables that have to go right in order for you to reach your goal. So now, instead of focusing on the outcome, what are the actions? And this is where you will not get complacent, because if you set the goal of making a certain amount of money, playing at a certain level, whatever it is, you reach that goal. 9 times out of 10, you will get complacent because that was the goal you set and you reached it. Amazing, I reached it. And that's where a lot of them people drop and fall off. But if your goal is, this is the person I want to become. If you want to become a billionaire, let me be like, okay, what would a billionaire do? And just do that. No matter the outcome, you're already living like a billionaire in your mind. BP, you're already living like a First League Champions League player in your mind. What would a First League Champions League player do? Okay, let me do those actions for a long enough time, and then I'll reach the goal, right?
Yeah.
And just sort of shifting from outcome to who do I want to become and what are the actions I need to take as a result. That has helped me at this stage. However, to your question, I can remember it so vividly. I never used to celebrate my goals. And you guys pointed that out to me. Like, you were like, bro, like, no, you need to celebrate. And then I came up with some weird celebrations. They looked awkward, whatever. But in my mind, I was always like, no, that's not like, scoring a goal is just part of, like, I want to be in the Bundesliga and then I'll celebrate. But not realizing at the same time that, Dom, do you really think that if you don't celebrate now that you're going to celebrate when you're in the Bundesliga? No, because when you're in the Bundesliga, you're going to be like, no, I'll celebrate when I'm in the Champions League. When I'm in the Champions League, I'll only celebrate when I win it, right? So, no, like, I feel like it's a combination of, like, looking at it now. Even, like, the amount of change I had in my life in just 1 year. I just thought the other day, bro, like, you living in your dream apartment, you're doing what you love every single day, you've built a successful business, you have 5, 6, 7 employees. Bro, the dude a year ago, do you think he'll be proud of you? 100%. But we get too caught up in, like, what's next? So I feel like it's a combination of, like, because in order to be great, you need to think what's next. It's required. But then at the same time, it's like sometimes just pausing. Yo, my bro, I'm proud of you, my brother. I'm proud of you for what you achieved. At the same time, let's look forward, but I'm proud of you too. And let's celebrate. Let's live in the moment, but also, like, okay, celebrate right now. We wake up tomorrow, we're back to it, right?
Yeah.
And it's that combination right now. That's how I look at it.
Yeah, to touch up on your, Domi, on what you said before with to-dos, not with the to-dos, but like, are you the person, look at the first Bundesliga player, how is he playing? I feel like achievement is also your personality. It's the same thing. Are you the personality that is like are you the personality of that business leader? Are you the personality of that first Bundesliga player? Like, are you living your life like that? Like, is it,
The
are you
identity.
that personality? Are you doing what you have to do to be there? Yeah, your identity. Are you focused like he is? Or why else should you be there? What are you doing better than he is? What is better than you? So then I feel like you need to take the tips from the other people that are already in that position that you are, and just like look at 5 people and take it like a buffet. Take what you want from him. Take it what you want from him. Don't need to copy exactly what you do, but you can take it like a buffet. Okay, this guy said this, I'm gonna take this from him. He does this, I'm gonna take this from him. And then it's a mix, and then it makes your own personality. But in those, like, are you that personality that needs to be there where you are? Or what is missing? What am I doing wrong? Maybe you're too lazy. Maybe you're too not focused enough. Maybe you have I don't know, you're distracted with a girlfriend. You seeing that girlfriend often. Is that business leader going with his girlfriend to eat 5 days a week? Is he doing that? Or it's like, is your personality there where it needs to be to achieve those goals? Because once the personality is there, you will first achieve the personality, and then you will achieve that. You will achieve that person. You'll be that person
Yeah.
after you reach that personality.
Yeah, because I got this. It's a great point that you said there, Carl. I don't know if you guys have read the book Atomic Habits. It's truly changed my life. If you haven't, I would give it a read. Pretty much for anyone listening, right? You guys, all the listeners. What he talks about there is setting identity-based goals over outcome-based goals. Because if you think about it, who you are as a person, your identity, shapes the actions you take every single day. And I think we could all agree that your actions determine the outcome of your life. So, if we can control the identity, we can control the outcome, right? So again, who do we want to be? Okay, I want to be a billionaire. Let me do what billionaires do every single day. If I do that over a long enough time, I keep knocking on the door, and I know I'm not going to get an answer for another 1,000 knocks, but I'll keep going because I know eventually it will pay off. How long are you willing to wait? And just doing those actions, right? And then if I do those actions, I will become that person. It's the same thing with being confident, right? Like, okay, what would a confident person do? Let's do that. Cool. Eventually you'll become confident because you're doing the actions required.
That makes sense. That makes sense. Especially when you put in that confident perspective. I feel like a lot of people think like, yeah, he's just confident. You know what I mean? Like somebody just gets confident. You know what I mean? I feel
Yeah.
like, Domi, you probably wouldn't be doing this 4 years ago. The way I know you, I'll probably 1 year ago I wouldn't even have gotten on the camera and put on my camera, or
Yeah.
or or or, or even or even started talking here because I wasn't as confident as I am now. And
Yeah.
through actions, you can definitely get your confidence up. That's something that
It's
a
it's
lot
the
of people, young
evidence.
people, lot of young people need to know this, that like people are not just born with confidence.
No.
They gain it through actions.
Yeah,
BP,
through
look at us, my
actions.
brother. BP,
Yeah.
look at us, my brother. Uh, I mean, Kyle can testify to that, right? I'm sure Kyle was also extremely insecure. Like maybe he hid it in different ways, but like as kids, like I mean, especially BP and myself, we were the most shy people you could ever imagine, ever.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I
I,
actually wanted, yeah,
you were the last person who I would have thought back then who would do social media, who would be starting posting on TikTok. Because when you first posted, I'm like, yo, Dummy's posting on TikTok. That's crazy. And like, good, let's see what happens. Because I didn't expect you. You were one of the last people who I would have expected to be like, okay, let me try this influencer route.
yeah,
Because I thought
yeah.
you always kept to yourself. You were more the shy
I
person.
did.
So
I
I'm like,
was.
okay, let's see what happens. And
Yeah,
that's why I've
yeah.
seen in the last 2 years, Dummy has changed a huge amount by just believing in himself, more confident. That's why you can do what you do now. That's why you can help lots of
Exactly.
people because you got that, gain the confidence.
Exactly. And confidence comes from evidence, and evidence comes from taking the actions. Because, like, at the end of the day, you have to give yourself the evidence. What is confidence? Like, let's define it. Confidence is the likelihood that what you say is actually going to happen. It's like, how likely is it that what you say is actually going to happen? That is confidence. And how do you make it more likely? Number one, you got to believe. And number two, you actually have to have the skill set. BB, you can like have all the belief in the world, but if you don't have the skill set to match that, it's not gonna happen. Like, for example, someone that's never played football, but they genuinely believe they can make the Bundesliga. Bro, you're not gonna make it. You don't have the skill
Yeah.
set. So it's the
Yeah.
combination of belief and skill set that creates confidence. Now, how do you create that? By actually taking the actions, getting uncomfortable, creating the evidence for yourself, which improves the skill set as well as the belief because you have the evidence for yourself to back that up. And having for me like getting into shape or whatever, the first step was going to Germany. It was like, holy shit, I'm giving myself the evidence. When this happens, great things happen. When I get uncomfortable, great things happen. Okay, let me do more of that. Amazing, right? So it's just like for the audience, whatever position you're in right now, whatever fucked up position you are in right now, it does not matter. First of all, no one cares. But what I'm trying to tell you is that you can get out of it. You can genuinely get out of it. Put one foot in front of the other. Chunk down your goal, as Carl said. But you can genuinely get out of it. Because the thing is here, like, if someone else in your position has done it, in a worse position has done it, that's all the evidence you need. That's all the
Yeah.
evidence you need. You're busy, cool, no one cares. You got a lot happening, cool, no one cares. You're in a racial minority, no one cares. Because
Yeah.
the thing is, okay, cool, amazing, you're in the worst spot. Now what? You could either feel bad for yourself, or you could be like, no, fuck that. I want to do something about that. And again, like, okay, I'm a big believer in the story you are able to tell, right? Imagine the people you'd be able to inspire if you actually got out of this. How many lives you would be able to change as a result of you getting out of this. So if it's not doing it for yourself, think of the story you're going to be able to tell. Because let's be real, the only thing that's left when you die is the stories other people tell about you. So why not tell a great story? Don't you want to
Yeah,
tell a great story?
of course. Nah, I feel like you're right. I mean, when you die, it's all about the story. So let's just make it. Let's just all make it a great story. I guess. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah, it's
Exactly.
about leaving a legacy. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I love this, guys. I feel like we can touch on a different topic, but it's been an hour. I wanted to do
Yeah,
it an hour. I wanted to keep it short and sweet. I feel
yeah,
like we sort of left it at a good spot. So
Yeah.
let's make this happen again in the future sometime. There's so many more other things I wanted to touch on. It's been great to catch up with you guys. It's been truly, truly amazing. I have so many great memories. You guys are amazing, amazing people, and I'm just blessed to have you in my life.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Dominic, for
thank you
having
for
me,
having
man.
us.
Yeah. Thank
Thank you
you.
for
Thank
having
you.
us.
I enjoyed
And
it.
yeah, I wish you. I don't know. I might be in South Africa for like quite a short time. I'm gonna be with my family, so
Are you
maybe I
flying
can.
over?
Yeah, I'm flying over next week, so I have these
Oh,
last two
no way.
games to
Yeah.
do, so I can finally see my
Let me
family.
know, my brother.
And yeah, now I wish you a great Merry Christmas, my brother. You know, if you don't talk today.
Yeah.
And yeah, just best of luck. You know, is Adam coming back? Is your brother coming back?
Yeah, he's coming back.
Yeah, no, I just
Yeah.
wish him all the best too. Just tell him I say hi and just greet your family. Yeah, we'll
Yeah.
keep it.
Will do, my brother.
We'll be on touch.
Yeah. Like this is it's a lifelong thing, my brother's like we
Yeah, for
will
sure.
keep in touch for a long time. So yeah, I
Yeah,
appreciate
of
that. I
course. Yeah, of
appreciate you
course.
guys hopping on. Carl, you too, my brother. Keep well, keep doing your thing. And I feel like on that note, like just let's go be great, right? Let's
Yeah.
inspire
Yeah.
people, let's
Yeah.
change lives
Exactly.
and let's go be great.
Yeah.
All
Exactly.
right, boys.
All right. We'll talk. We'll talk. See you.
See you.
See you
Peace out.
guys. See you guys.
Cheers. Bye bye. Bye.
Cheers.